and it's really big and comfy, and I could put a shirt under it if I wanted. Yeah, that's not what we're talking about. I just love this shirt. Hello everybody, I'm Anna. I'm one of the two mythical unicorns. Welcome to our channel and to this video. It is great to have you here. Today we're talking Preptober because it's the beginning of October. By the time you're watching this, it is over, but you know, for now it is the 4th of October and Preptober has officially begun. Have I done anything yet? No. How do I feel about Preptober and NaNoWriMo? Yeah. I'm gonna try, okay? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best. This has not been a good year. I had very different expectations of what I was gonna do with this time, but you know, we're gonna do our best. Last year was the first time I participated in NaNoWriMo. I had heard of it, but I didn't really know what it was. And then on like November 3rd or something, I decided I'm gonna do this. No preparation, no nothing. Like I just jumped straight in. I had been in a bit of a writing slump and I just felt like I'm gonna just start something new, try to get writing, see where it takes me. So that is what I did. I succeeded in the 50,000 words, but I did not finish the story. Which is a problem I tend to have. Like I think like this story is gonna be this big and then it turns out a little bit bigger. There are worse problems to have than that. So, you know, I'll work on it. So I decided that this year I am gonna continue the story that I wrote last year for NaNoWriMo and write the part 2 and hopefully I can wrap it up. And also I decided to do Preptober. Sort of. Have I done any research for what you should do for Preptober? No. I'm just gonna wing it. Like, Preptober, you prepare for NaNoWriMo. So, you know. I never plan my writing. Like, I get an idea and I have a few scenes in my head and then I just write. That is my process. But this time I'm actually gonna try to plan it. So, what is my plan for Preptober? That I'm gonna start soon. Like, it's a priority to get started. I am gonna read what I wrote last year so that I am up to date, that I don't forget anything, that I know what I'm continuing on, what I'm doing. And I'm gonna try to plan what is going to happen in the second book, or in the second part. Let's not call it a book because, you know, it's just gonna be on Wattpad. So that is what I'm gonna do. And I will keep you updated. And time for an update. My plan was to keep updating through the month of October just to keep things fresh while I was going. Thing is, I did nothing for the first 14 days of October. Don't know if you noticed in the first video clip that I was about to have a minor breakdown because life. So, first of all, update. I got this shirt and I think it's amazing. So, yeah, I'm gonna live in this through the entire month of November. This is gonna be my NaNoWriMo shirt. I mean, it is amazing. So for the first 14 days I did nothing for Preptober, and then I started reading through the project from last year since I'm doing a part 2. And the first week, like, it took me a week to read like 8,000 words. So I was not going very fast with this. So while I was reading through, I actually got very inspired. I'm the kind of person that I write and then I move on. I am not much for going back and editing and fix little things and change how I phrase things and that kind of thing. I tell the story and then I have to tell the next story because there are a lot of stories in my head and I want to tell as many as possible. While I was reading this through, I actually felt very proud of myself. This is the first time that I have written anything this big in English. Before I had written like short stories of like 10 pages maybe, but otherwise I only wrote in Swedish, and this time I decided, no, I'm gonna write in English because I have these phrases in my head that just sound a lot better in English, and like fantasy often sounds way better in English. It can sound kind of silly in Swedish. So I decided that this time I'm gonna try it, and I just went for it. And I'm actually proud of what I did. Like, there are obviously like spelling errors, and I've used the wrong there, and you know, kind of things like that have slipped through because I didn't read anything through before I posted it. I just wrote and posted. But in general, I am very proud of what I have done. I noticed that I'm not very descriptive. I already knew that. I am not very good at describing the places and clothes and people. Like, I am very much story and feelings. That is much of what I focus on when I write. So if I were to go back and edit, I would absolutely fill the text more, describe what the town looks like and that kind of thing. And I will have that in the back of my head while I write part 2, so that I can get these descriptions in while I write the first time. Hopefully I will do better with that. Otherwise, it's just, I learned something about myself and I noticed something about my writing that I can be better at, which feels very good. Also, I noticed that I have some phrases, like I'm a storyteller, not word wizard, I don't play with the words, but I found a few phrases that I was like, I actually did good here. I am proud of this. The first one I thought I was gonna read it is in the first chapter of what I wrote. 10 years ago there had been a riot, the beginning of a revolution to take King Otto down. My mom had died in the riot. The revolution had died with the riot. King Otto hadn't. And it's not anything like magical, and it's not the kind of quote that is gonna end up on Pinterest, but you know, for me, that was very good. And I'm very proud of that. Reading through what I wrote last year really inspired me to continue this year. I don't feel as hopeless as I did in the beginning of the month. I actually think that I can pull this off now. And if I can't, maybe I can write 35,000 words. And that will be better than writing 5,000 words that I might have written if I didn't do this. I'm actually excited now and feel very happy. While I read through, I also took notes. I had a few things where I mentioned stuff and then I never come back to it. Like there, I mentioned that Luca knew this story that his nana told him about fireflies, and I never come back to that, and that's not anything that exists in real life. Like that is some universally known kids rhyme or something. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to follow through on that, and I have to come up with this story and write it down and get it into part 2 somehow, because I just think that that would be nice, and I want to work on my follow through and these little things that I leave in the text. I want to come back to them and I want to be better at that. So I have these few notes that I need to incorporate in part 2. Also, I have written a few scenes down. I have not written down an entire plot and know what's gonna happen in the entire thing, but I have a few scenes that I know need to be in there, and I know kind of the feeling I want through this part 2, and I have the ending, so I know what I'm working for and where it's gonna end. So I'm gonna be working towards that, and I have like 7 scenes, so I think they're gonna take up, a few of them are really small ones that are gonna take like 2 pages, but some of them are gonna be like entire chapters. So I think I have somewhat of an idea of where I'm going. The plan was to write an entire like plot line and have something to follow all the way through, to be more planned and try that out. But this is still more planned than what I usually do. Hopefully that it's gonna turn out okay. That is what I've done for Preptober. I also wrote a recap of what happened in part 1 and posted on Wattpad, so if you wanna just read the recap and jump in part 2 and not read entire part 1 if you missed that last year, you can do that. That is on Wattpad already, and I will be posting what I write this year every day. So I will do the same thing as I did last year. I will just write and keep it like follow the plot. Usually when I write, I jump around and I write different parts, but for NaNoWriMo I will start at the beginning and just work my way through to the end, and I will post every day on Wattpad what I've written, so you can follow my progress there and read if you're interested. And that is it. Tomorrow it begins. Okay, when this is posted, it has already begun. Like, when this is posted, it is the 1st of November, if everything works out as it should. Let me know if you're doing NaNoWriMo too, or if you've tried it, what you thought about it, why you don't want to do it, why you want to do it, what is your plan? If you've done better planning than me, how did you do it? Let me know. In life, I am very good at planning. When it comes to writing, I just go with the flow, or whatever. That is it for this video, and I will keep you updated on how NaNoWriMo goes. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do that, and until next time, bye!